Hi everyone. The reason why I'm doing this video is to talk to you guys about having patience. It is the hardest thing to do, especially when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you're in a state of confusion. A lot of times we're going through confusion, and the biggest thing is we don't even know why. You're going through tiredness, and you're like, I slept 8, 10, 11 hours last night. There is no way I'm tired this early. And you are correct. It's not you. It's you dealing with the veil, the devil, and the things that are trying to take control of your life. A lot of people don't really talk that much about it. Um, we would normally, if you are just a regular U.S. citizen, you would probably call it a terrorist attack. Um, and that's usually the labeling of it, or it'll be labeled as a virus throughout your community, or whatever the case may be, if anyone is awakened or aware of what is taking place and speaks out on it. The hardest part is getting the relief you need. Everybody wants to talk about stuff that's happening, but nobody wants to talk about how do you get that relief. How do you deal with what's really taking place with you that you weren't consenting to? You know, you're not consenting to the things that happened to you. You weren't in agreement with it. It was something that just happened to you. And a lot of people label it as a lifestyle as far as plantation or slavery. And truth be told, it is. And you have a group of rebels that say, okay, well, look, we are free, whether enslaved or not, we are free. And they do rebellious behavior, they act in a certain manner, they have no discipline, structure, or anything. And this is their way of saying, this is our freedom, you know. But being people of God, we do not have that luxury of saying, okay, we're going to do whatever we want to do. Because to us, that isn't freedom. Because that freedom of doing whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, eventually turns into chaos. And chaos, there are a group of people that thrive in chaos. And the reason why they thrive in chaos because they built their own infrastructure to survive the chaos. A lot of us won't thrive in chaos at all. Um, it's a destructive form for us. So we're going through that, um, and it's creating hazards. It's creating problems, um, and this is the same thing that goes on with the veil and what we will call the devil, where our vision is impaired. That is a terrorist attack. If you ever notice, um, I don't know if you guys remember back in the days when they used to brag about, dude, you don't even, I don't even see you, or you're not on my level, or that was pretty much the people that were going through the veil and that was inside the veil. But you have a group that's saying, look, I see you, but I'm seeing through you. So that was someone that was on the outside looking at what was taking place with you and all kinds of stuff. So you had two battles going on, a battle for freedom, and one was a battle for control and to maintain that control and everything. The craziest thing, some of these people don't know how to handle themselves in a control situation. The first thing you have to remember, control is something that is given, not something that you can forcefully take. You can only take a forceful obedience for a small time until the person is awakened to the forceful obedience. They may sit up there and they may submit themselves for a time just to secure themselves, but they're not really in obedience to that type of behavior. Obedience is something that is given, and it has to be required through loyalty. And these people do all kinds of things to get that type of obedience from every person it is. And that's what you will go through when you're dealing with the veil. You're going to go through people trying to control you and puppeteer, that dark psychology, that dark persuasion, that thing that wants you to do things their way. And you're going to go through angry stages. You're going to go through stages of confusion. The reason why you're going through that, because you don't remember. You're in the house of Ephesus, which is in Revelation, where they're constantly trying to erase your memory. They're constantly trying to take control. And I always felt like if a person is angry, they're angry for a reason. They may not even know the reason, but they're angry for a reason. And it teaches us to practice some form of control. I'm not telling you to stay with anyone that's abusive. I'm not telling you to stay around people that are mistreating you. I'm just telling you to be aware, because if they're that angry and they're abusing you and they're doing all of this stuff, that means that they don't have any discipline and they might be an enemy of yours. Because it takes a lot to practice discipline in these times. You have to be careful. You cannot go and spank your children in times such as these. You can't give your kid a spanking. I'm sorry. That's something that African American cultures and communities have embraced, but it's not something that you can do at this time because you have people that will take advantage of your children because of it. I'll give you a perfect example. A young woman may get spanked by her parents because she did something wrong, right? And the parent is spanking the child to make the child understand not to do that. Um, she later on begins to date in life. And when she starts to date, she's dating a young man that starts to use that psychological teaching that you taught the child against that child. Starts to, you know, do certain things to stop the child progress because they feel they can get away with it. You all will have to make smarter decisions as far as discipline. Okay, timeouts. Use alternative forms of discipline other than spanking, especially nowadays. You definitely need to find alternatives. Arguing. I my kids will tell you I will argue at them sometimes for the longest. And they're looking at me like, will she ever shut up? This is a lecture. No, I'm not shutting up. And to them, it's worse than a spanking because they know I would never usually do it unless they do something wrong. So these are alternative things to prevent future disasters with our children, future disasters with us, because mind you, we're in a state of confusion. We're angry, but we can't really pinpoint why. And it's because of the switches. Remember you're sowing good seeds, but you're not reaping that harvest. You're reaping weeds and tares and all of this different stuff happening. You're not really reaping what's yours and you're angry about it, but you really aren't aware to the point where you can say, hey, this happened to me. You know, you probably even been raped. A multitude of different things probably happened to you, but you are not to the point where you're conscious enough to say, this happened to me. And these is because these people are using devices, and this is a form of terrorist attack against the people of the United States, against the people of all these different countries. And it's called the veil. It's called the devil. And the only way you can combat it if you are a biblical person, if you are aware of what to do and stuff like that, this is the way to freedom. But you will have others believe, okay, you rebel like this or you rebel like that. And truth be told, it's not going to help you. We have to be smart. Remember, man, you have to be smart. You are strong. So when you start spanking your kids and that angering you, you can halfway kill somebody. You're not just any kind of man. You are a strong man. So you have to be careful. You have to be conscious of what's going on, because these people are using it. Sometimes family members, they come in the image of family members, but they really ain't. So when they see you abuse this child, or when they see you spank them or anything, they're using that as a doorway to get to that child. You get what I'm saying? To manipulate that child, or to get that child to do what they want that child to do. And it's hurting your family, it's hurting you, it's hurting a lot of different things. So be conscious and aware of what you're doing, even when you're angry and you're not even aware that you're angry. Think about it. You woke up that day, it was a good day, you were happy. Well, you put on the appearance of what appeared to be happy, but truth be told, you weren't. Nobody really knows your hurt and your pain. You're hiding it, you're masking it, you're disguising it, but at the same time, it's still there. You have to get to the root of it. But while you're getting to the root of it, you're going to have to learn patience, how to be calm, find your cool zone so that you can sit up there and you can pluck this disease and weed and tear out of your lives for good. Because even though you're not awakened to the point where you can just say, look, this ain't gonna work, you're awakened enough where you can control you. You are the master of your own destiny. So you're going to have to take that control. And guess what? They're going to want to do a switch. And when they hit that switch and you still controlling everything, because like I told you, even though they're doing that switch and that terror, you still have to stay in control. So they're going to do that switch, that terror. Okay, you didn't win. Okay, maintain your calmness. It's time to appeal. Okay, this didn't go the way you want it to go. Maintain your calmness. It's time to make it go the way I want it to go. If you wake up in the gutters, you have to remember, okay, I may woke up in the gutters, but at the same time, this is not where God's destiny is for me. You wake up sleeping at Grand Central Station. I may be sleeping at Grand Central Station, but I know this is not God's destiny for me. I have to start working on where I'm supposed to be. Whatever problems you have in your life, you have to work on them. But this means if you didn't finish college, um, or high school, or whatever it is that bound you for all this time and kept your progress from actually being what it's supposed to be, fix it. It's a switch, because knowing your personality, knowing the type of person you are, you have always sought the best and wanted the best for yourself. And that's why they did the switch and the tear. The devil never wanted you to have what was predestined for you. Your mentality was predestined for greatness. You were meant for so much more. But do you really think an enemy of yours is going to let you have that unless you're with them? And even when you're with them, they're trying to still destroy you. You have to make positive, better decisions despite the tears, despite what people are doing to you. Stay calm, stay in control, do what you know how to do. This is going to destroy your enemy, because every time they see that they're switching and doing these tears and your progress, they're going to hate it. And I know it hurts. You can not imagine going through years and years of delay, of progress, years and years of wanting to do something and not being able to do it, years and years of wanting to have and not be able to have. But there is a season where God will remove the tares. There is a season where your seeds are growing. The seeds that you sow, the good seeds that you sow are growing. All those evil seeds are thrown into the lake of fire to be destroyed if that's what you choose. But you're going to have to make better decisions. So when they say I'm switching your life with so and so life and this person's life wasn't that grand, don't stress about it because you are the master. You are the master. You were shaped in his image. You were shaped like him. You are exactly like him. His ways are your ways. And when I say the master was the words. So the words was your ways. They were your will way before they even knew it. Claim your will and claim your own words. I hope these words encourage you. I hope you find wisdom in it. Like I said, just practice patience with your children, with your family, with yourself. With yourself. You're not gonna always feel like being patient even with yourself. You're gonna be tired. You're gonna be upset. You're gonna go through practice that patience. It will get you to the next level.